Hello, welcome to the first of my Gunpla podcasts. I've not come up with a name for these yet, so answers on a postcard, by which I mean pop it in the comments. I'm hoping to do a video like this at the start of each month. This one's a bit later than I was hoping, mainly because life issues. There's a lot of things to do, and the videos I've been doing this month, like the high grade ball duo versus the master grade Vercar, they're a bit longer than normal. It's essentially 2 kits in one go. So the point of these sort of podcast videos is for me to go over any news or previews that I think are interesting in terms of Gunpla. I'd like to take a look at what I've built recently and show some of those off a bit more. As well as take a look at my backlog, what my newest purchases are, what are the new kits or bits and pieces I'm going to use over the course of the next month or so. I hope some of you have some suggestions of things you'd like to see or for new videos. I do look at the comments and read them, and I do have the Infinite Dimension Nemesis in my basket based off someone's recommendation. Let's take a look at the previews and news. And I think the big piece of news for this month, well, I'm not sure if it was announced in March, it might have been the end of February, is the perfect grade Nu Gundam, the perfect grade Unleashed Nu Gundam. So far there's only 2 perfect grade Unleashed. Well, there's the RX-78-2, the Gramps, which is already out. That's about £250, £270 for the perfect grade Unleashed Gramps. And this perfect grade Unleashed Nu Gundam. Now, they haven't given it a release date. They haven't said how much it's going to cost. I personally think it's going to be anywhere between 300 and 350. I wouldn't be surprised if it was more than that, because it is a big kit. The wing funnels alone, plus whatever LEDs or light up features they add, it's just going to add to how much that kit costs. I hope it comes with a base. But I'm definitely going to get one. Hopefully it might even come out this year. I think the perfect grade Unleashed Gramps came out in the November, December of the 2022-23, whenever it came out. So I'm hoping it comes out similar sort of time frame. Then there is the Gundam Base Pop-Up World Tour. It's just been announced. I think it's only been in Osaka so far. They haven't announced any of the dates or locations as yet. It says World Tour. So they're announcing them in April, and I'm really hoping they have an England location on there and date on there. I imagine it would probably be London, maybe Birmingham, but when it does get announced, I'm really hoping I can get down there to take a look. There's supposed to be some exclusive kits, probably some stuff for Gquux, the new series. And I think they're showing off some of the card game and the miniatures game, like Warhammer, that they're doing for Gundam. There's also another event this year called the Day of the Gundam, and it's hosted by Gundam Mad, which is a UK Gunpla retailer. I've not used them before. The website's a little bit old-fashioned, but I've had a look on there, mainly because I saw the news about this event, and they've got some pretty good kits, good prices, so I might give them a try. This event is on the 12th of July in Leicester, and I imagine it's going to have a ton of vendors there selling hopefully some quite rare kits, maybe some apparel. Do like a good Gundam t-shirt. As well as some talks from people probably doing custom work, maybe some YouTubers. Besides that, I think you get a kit as part of the ticket price. It's probably an entry grade, maybe a high grade if you're lucky. And a couple of little bits and pieces, but even though I've not used their store before or been to one of these events, I'm really intrigued, so I think I'm going to try and make my way over there. Like I said, 12th of July in Leicester. Then there is also the new Gundam series, Gquux. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's GQUUU, lots of other U's, X. I went to see the movie just yesterday, and I think it's essentially the first 3 or 4 episodes of the anime, and I quite enjoyed it. I'm not going to do a review. I'll leave it for people to see what they think, but I quite enjoyed it. I liked the Gquux Gundam's design anyway. You can tell that one of the writers for Evangelion is working on this, because they've obviously had an input on that design. It's not your typical Gundam design. And that falls across to the rest of the suits. I think the others that were in the movie or the beginning of the anime series have got quite interesting designs. So the series is coming out weirdly on Amazon Prime. Not Crunchyroll, not Netflix, Amazon Prime. And it starts on April the 8th. So if any of you haven't watched the Gundam series before, maybe give this a try. I recommend Iron-Blooded Orphans or Witch from Mercury, which are recent ones. They're both on Crunchyroll, I think. But this is a new one. And even though I've seen the first 4 episodes, basically, I'm still going to watch this. I'm always down for more Gundam anime. And I liked what I saw so far. It was pretty good. And then this isn't really news, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. But I made a trip to Cardiff recently. I had some time to kill, so I took a trip to the Firestorm Games there. Or I was looking for somewhere I could buy a kit, and it came up. Now, traditionally, they're a hobby store for miniatures games, so Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Napoleonics. But they've got a fantastic selection of board games, Gunpla. They've got a pretty decent selection of Gunpla, as well as tons of kits for Age of Sigmar, 40k, tons of other games. So I had to take a look around, saw a couple kits I liked the look of, and I got chatting to the person working behind the desk, the reception. And they were really knowledgeable. Knew a load about Gunpla, Gundam in general. I asked if I bought a kit, would they mind if I made it in store? Like I said, I had a lot of time to kill. And he went off and checked and came back and said, yeah. So I bought the O, a high grade kit. I'll show you that in a bit. As well as a pair of hobby nippers. Now, the hobby nippers are worth mentioning because they were army painter nippers. I didn't have my toolkit with me. I didn't go up there with the intention of making a Gunpla. And I bought these. So these are just the worst nippers known to man. Let's see if I can get them on screen. They are just 11 quid. I've used a lot of army painter stuff in the past. I like their crackle cans. I use their flat mat for my Gunpla. But those are by far and away the worst hobby nippers I've ever used. The worst hobby tool I've ever used. If I was to give them a score, it'd be a 1 out of 10. I'd rather use scissors to cut out a kit. And even though I used these, I think the O came out okay. Rougher than I would have done at home with my proper tools. But it's a nice enough kit. It's an old kit. So I wouldn't have used these on a master grade or anything like that. So, like I said, the store was really nice. They let me make the kit there. Sat there for a couple of hours. I think it took me about 2 hours to make the kit. There was a couple games in progress. Not only do they sell kits, but they have a massive space for hosting games. So they were hosting some sort of... it wasn't 40k, it was some sort of war game. It looked quite interesting. But they have a load of tables there. It's way bigger than anywhere else I've seen for hosting mini games. Store was lovely as well. Tons of choice. They had a cafe there. I think they even sell booze. And I'm definitely going back there the next time I'm in Cardiff. So let's take a look at some of the kits I've made this month. And we'll start off with the high grade ball duo. These are fantastic little fellas. Look at them. Look how great they look. Cheap kit, 17 quid. Get 2 models for it. They come with stands. You get 2 of each type of weapon as well. So you get the big cannon and the sort of anti-aircraft looking gun. You get 2 of each, so you can choose how you set them up. And because of that, it made me want to get the high grade ball Verkar. And this is, for those of you that haven't seen the review, this is one of my favourite kits. I really would recommend this in my top 3 of master grades to recommend alongside Barbatos and the Zeta Vercar. This is a brilliant kit, really simple, 30 quid. If you haven't seen my review of all three of these models, then please do take a look. It's in my it's the video before this. As mentioned, also made the O. It's got these weird little hands that stick out the front skirts. Look how odd they look. And just what a chunky sort of body. I quite like it. I think it's a pretty cool looking kit. I might do some custom work to it. I didn't panel line it. I didn't have anything with me. So by and large I just snap built it with these absolutely useless pieces of garbage. So I think it came out alright considering. That brings me on to my two newest builds. One of which is the high grade Unicorn Destroy Mode. This is the only kit I am missing grade wise for the Unicorn. I've got the SD Unicorn, the real grade, high grade, master grade in cage, the perfect grade and the mega size, you see behind me. I got this from the same store, Firestorm Games. It cost me 20 quid and it's a lovely kit. I just snap built it, and this will be in my new video alongside the real grade Unicorn Gundam. I've done this as the destroy mode version. It's got a ton of stickers. I've done the panel lining. I did put a lot of effort into this one. I'm not the biggest fan of real grades. I think they're a little bit flimsy. The over-reliance on stickers rather than decals is annoying. And just the inner frame always feels loose to me. I know they come on that Witchcraft combined plastic sprues, but I'm just not the biggest fan of them, if I'm being totally honest. But the next video, which I'm in the process of editing, is similar to the high grade balls versus master grade ball Vercar. Is high grade Unicorn versus a real grade Unicorn. These versus videos are a bit harder to film because obviously I've got to make two kits and then edit two videos and then combine them into a single video. So they do take a bit longer than I'd hope, but I'm hoping you enjoy this one. I did enjoy making both of these kits, one more so than the other, but I love the Unicorn. It's one of my favourite models. Time to do a bit of a backlog review. So I only have two kits left in my backlog. The first of which is the One Piece General Frankie. So I bought this kit for my daughter. I bought it for Christmas. She hasn't wanted to make it, so she asked me to make it for her. And it's a one-piece robot. It's massive. It looks kind of master grade size looking at the parts. I'm really looking forward to making this. I will make sure I get this done at some point sooner rather than later. And the other kit I have in my backlog is the master grade Strike Rouge Utori. I really want to make this kit. I've just had others that have crept up the priority list compared to this. So it is a pretty cool looking kit. It's got some interesting design choices about it, and it's supposed to be one of the better versions of the Strike, so I'm looking forward to making this one. Moving on to the new additions, I have got the Iron Blooded Orphans. I'm going to try and pronounce this right. Helmwege Reinkar, 144 scale high grade. This looks great, and the main reason this looks great is that sword. Look how awesome that sword looks. It just looks massive. I might not stick with the colour scheme. I might change from the blue and yellow, but I wanted it for the sword. It just looks like a great kit. And then, because of how poor the dry decals were on that master grade ball Vercar, I know I said it was one of my favourite kits, but dry decals on curved surfaces are impossible. The plastic dry decal sits on is too rigid to really want to stay on with masking tape. Maybe if I used something stronger it might have done it, but because of that I bought some water slide decals for the high grade ball Vercar, and another high grade ball of car. So I'm going to do some custom work with this. I'm not sure what scheme I'm going to go for. I've got some ideas, and then I've got water slides to use with it. I love this kit so much, I bought a second one. The next kit is a Musha Gundam Mark II. This is basically a Samurai Gundam. It's a bit of a rarer kit. As you can see, it comes with these sort of tattoo effects on its arms and legs. These are stickers. I don't usually like stickers on kits, but I will be putting them on because they look kind of cool. It's not the most common of kits, as you can tell. It's nearly £100, but I'm super intrigued by this one, and I'm looking forward to building this. It's Golden Samurai Gundam. That looks cool. Before we get to the last kit, just show a couple other bits I've picked up. So I picked up a panel liner sort of pen cleaner thing. Looks like a magic wand. Comes with these little nibs, and what you do is when you panel line, you want to clean off the spill, the excess. Usually use a cotton bud, but that's quite hard to get into any nooks and crannies because it's round, so it doesn't want to go up against edges. These are supposed to be really good for that. It was like £1 off AliExpress. I also bought another Gundam marker, a silver Gundam marker. I love Gundam markers. I've got about 20 of them now, and I think they come out really well. The paint sticks brilliantly to unprimed plastic, and they're a really nice way of customizing your kits. Because I got so many Gundam markers, I also bought a Gundam marker airbrush. So what happens is you put the Gundam marker, once you've shook it, into the holder there, and then when you use your airbrush, it uses the paint from the Gundam marker. Now I've got a pretty decent airbrush. I use it for my Warhammer stuff. But being able to just quickly switch out a Gundam marker to change what paint you're using sounds brilliant. Definitely easier than using my fancy acrylic one that I have. And then I've also bought some weathering pencils. I got these from Firestorm Games as well, £6, and these will hopefully be great for some of the sort of custom jobs I want to do on some of my kits. They're a rust effect one, so I'm hoping those work quite well. And finally, I've never seen the anime, but I love the kits from the series. I picked up the first Thunderbolt manga. So it's quite hard to find this anime in the UK. I don't think it's on any UK service. I haven't really sailed 7 seas for it. I'm kind of hoping it gets added to something, but I've heard it's, the manga's brilliant, so I've picked up the first one. And finally, the big purchase for the month is a perfect grade Charles Aku 2. I love the Charles Aku 2. It's probably my favourite model kit. I just love the design of it, the colour, the not quite red, the almost sort of watermelon pinkish red that the Charles Aku is in. I also have all of the grades, so I have an SD kit, high grade, real grade, master grade, the mega size, and now the perfect grade. Similar with the unicorn, all the different grades for that. Not all the different kits, there's too many Zakus and unicorns to count, but one of each grade in essence. So to that end, what I'll be doing is I'll be putting up a poll over the course of the next week of which kit you'd like to see next. Now the next video will be that high grade versus real grade unicorn comparison video, but after that, which one of those kits that you saw me show there is the next one you want me to build, and the winner of the poll is the next kit I'll make. I'm expecting it to either be the perfect grade Charles Aku 2 or maybe the Samurai Musha Gundam Mark II. They're the two most popular choices I'd expect from the kits I have there. Maybe the One Piece one, we'll see. So please keep an eye on my YouTube channel for the community page, because I will be sticking a poll up there. I will try and do at least one podcast video like this a month. So usually at the start of the month I'm hoping, so I can show what I've built in that month, as well as what I'm planning to get for the course of that month, what my new purchases were. I know this is a bit of a change from the videos I've done before. Usually you just get to see my hands, maybe a bit of the sleeves. Instead now you get to see my ugly mug, and I hope that you've enjoyed the sort of content I've had in here. I built this channel for my friends to show off my builds, and I'm surprised by how many other people seem interested by my videos. So thank you all for watching. If you do have any suggestions of any kits or of video types that you'd like me to make going forwards, please pop them in the comment section. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, and if you're not subscribed, please think about doing so. Like I said, I made these videos for my friends originally, and it's just quite nice to see how many more of you are enjoying them. So again, thank you for taking the time to watch this. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.